On December 4th, 2016, Right Reverend Nathan Kyamanywa officially retired as the Bishop of Nyoro Diocese after serving for 14 years.
Bishop Nathan Kyamanywa, sincerely the time he has been with us, is a hard-working man. So he has helped this diocese, particularly in Kakumiro Akidikonale. He has developed this place through preaching the word of God during the time his pastoral visit. The good thing I've enjoyed him, he has been so trustworthy and very open. Whenever I could see any mistake, he couldn't keep quiet. So he could come out and say, this is wrong, Akidikon, you would have done like this. This is wrong, my parish priest, you have done this and that. So he has been a straightforward man in whatever he has been doing.
Bishop Kyamanywa has been at the helm of the diocese since August 4th, 2002, when he was consecrated and enthroned.
Kagadi Archdiaconal Headquarter Church, and this Archdiaconal was started in 2009 during the leadership of Bishop Nathan Kyamanywa at age. And I've been privileged to serve with him since his enthronement as the fourth bishop of Nyoro Diocese. During this time, I have seen him to be a man of vision, a man who knows what he wants and works to achieve what he wants. Secondly, he's a good mentor, he's a real parent, and an encourager, because some of these projects you have seen around been an achievement of his input. He has always been with us, and in all we have been doing with him, we have really appreciated him, and it is at this point that we wish him a nice retirement, and also pray for the incoming bishop, Canon Samuel Kahuma, whom we pledge also to work with to the best of our ability.
Bishop Kyamanywa was born in 1956 in Kyamanywa village, Kirianga sub-county, in the present-day Kagadi district.
I was born to the late Aloni Batagaija, and my mom is called Jane Kabalega. My father is long dead, but my mother is still alive. I was born as the third child in the family, but the first boy. And as such, I took on the responsibility of being the elder son in the home. I got baptized in 1964 when I was 8, because in those days, people who were born out of wedlock couldn't be baptized as infants. And therefore, I was baptized when I was 8 years old. And confirmed in 1967 when I was about 11, 12. I was confirmed by the late Bishop Wakaikara. I got saved in 1972 as a young boy after leaving school, and then got married 2 years later when I was 18 to my dear wife, Peace Kyamanywa Kiki, with whom we have a total of 6 children, 2 girls and 4 boys. I was called to ministry in the year 1975 when I joined Bishop Balia Theological College to train as a lay reader, and thereafter had various posts in ministry as a lay reader in Ikoba, 1976 to 1981. Then went for training as a clergy, came back, served at Vijanga for a year and a half before going back to do a degree course in Bishop Taka Theological College, where I attained the Bachelor of Divinity with an upper second. I have served in various capacities as lay reader, then as priest, then as education officer at the diocese, then planning officer, then pioneer principal of Nile Vocational Institute for a period of 6 years before I was selected to work, to minister as a bishop. I was consecrated on the 4th of August 2002 up till on the 4th of December 2016 when I retired.
Bishop Kyamanywa's reign has been a landmark in the development of the diocese, and he will live to be remembered for generations.
Bishop Nathan has been a key person in the life of Asia Christian Health Center. You are very well aware that this facility had opened in the early 80s, actually in 1983, but around 1996, 97 there, it closed until Bishop Nathan became bishop. So one of the things he wanted so much was to revive these services here. So in his visits, especially USA, he kept talking about the need of reviving this facility. That's when he got a family called the Asia. Is that man, Chris Asia, who decided to fund the revamping of this facility. And in 2003, that's when the facility was reborn, and actually it got the name Asia from that family. That family put in enough funds to rehabilitate the facility, the existing facility. By then we had only one block, that OPD, and then to pay all the staff and to buy all the equipment and medicines. Since then, the facility has developed to what you see now, a full-fledged hospital with a general ward for males and females, with a pediatric ward, with a surgery, a theater, with the maternity ward. And now we have a new OPD of a bigger capacity, and it has not stopped there. Because of his good PR, we have been able to attract very many friends who are supporting us to buy equipment, and now we can do radiology very well. We have a modern ultrasound scan, we have a modern X-ray machine. We recently got equipment to start keeping blood here. We got a blood bank and the other big equipment. He has been very, very pivotal in the life of this facility. You are aware that our diocese put in place a strategic plan, and in that strategic plan, we committed to open at least a health facility in every archdiaconry. There is a facility in Kakumiro archdiaconry in a place called Kabalega, which is now a health center too. It opened its doors, and now it is there serving the community, and it is continuing to grow. As I speak, it is no longer an outpatient facility, it is also admitting patients, and it has a maternity wing which is under completion. Then in this area in Bulindi archdiaconry, there is another facility called the Kiriabutu's Health Center 2, which has also started recently, which is mainly dealing with the maternal and child health, but it is also going to be a fully-fledged clinic. And others are also in the offing, starting. So he has also played a very big role in fulfilling the Destiny strategic plan.
Twina ekitukusobola kugamba aba Kristayo bakumira ku Paradise. Emyaka 12 enyuma wijuka twena omuka kusoro yali yakaswire rundi yakaswire nyowe nswira tu mwaka kwa mwenda kandi nyonya bandizi bikumanyisa akarabira emyaka 3 so obusozi bwa ikukazarwa Abakristayo bakumira ku basibira muno kyonka kandi twongera no kubasima abo kuhereza environment ekutwikirisa supporting abatari baitu hakuba kyangu muno kuba n'abazadde abakuheereza kyokka bwa environment rundi eriko sitayi wabazadde nayinywa abaana bemumalira mukozereke mubalemeseze
kandi nkyasiima Ruhanga kulwako kutwatandikire na hati niko tuli kubonzo kumwatandikire nakoni mutwoleka na hati niko tulina nawe ekyo ntusiima Ruhanga kandi tubundara munitwe baraha atali awamani baitu amoyo wa Ruhanga kama waita asimwe kwa buli muntu wena atubeerire mulungi omubikwanguha nebikukuma kandi ntusiima Ruhanga kurora ngwe emyaka 12 nk'abantu atwerire mu bintu nyowe nkaija omutwe guno kutali mukagibonze pamwe ati nkora omutwe mugwera nangoti mutulisize mutulezere mutukulize mutugondeze ibalo ya Mukama lisimwe
Ruhanga kahanga omuntu baikarege hamo mubumu Setane njoka ya moya wahukadizibwa kwa ija fuki kihangire kiyaka teranizibwa habuda Yesu ebyaira bihoreho dora byona biyaka Krista kabahesine hawa Kristo yaija okuchunesi na hati na tuteraniza ahabuna Ruhanga fuke kihangire kiyaka teranizibwa habuna Yesu ebyaira bihoreho dora byona biyaka tujuno kurugomo kibi tujuno mumanige kibi werinde weko kworubata rolela omusaraba fuke kihangire kiyaka teranizibwa hamuna Yesu ebyaira bihoreho dora byona biyaka werinde abana bibaiki enyegesa nyingi ziroho baito Mukama wekanisa aliomuweka Kristo fuke kihangire kiyaka teranizibwa hamuna Yesu ebyaira bihoreho dora byona biyaka
Ruhanga twaye atwolekere kugura entebe zino 40.
Rosa
mukama bakize omusana gwa maiso ge mukama bagire embabazi kandi abahusinge mwibalo lyesiitwe neryomwana neryomwoyo alukwera amina tukute tendereza Yesu Mwana mbelika Yesu
We want to thank God for this opportunity that God has allowed us to serve with Bishop Nathan Kyamanywa during his time Episcopal ministry, 14 years. I have been part of this from beginning. And now at the cathedral, we are grateful, so grateful to God that he has done amazing things. One of such landmarks is the renovation of the cathedral. 2011, the cathedral was renovated, and to suit the current standards, we did all the tiles, we did the roof, we did the facial bricking, and the grounds were redone, and it ushers the presence of God automatically as people come to worship. And in the deanery, we have been upgraded. Now we have more priests than ever before. Even in our local churches like St. Matthew's Katikara, we have a priest resident there. At St. Paul's in Paro, we have a priest resident there. At Buikia Church of Uganda, we have a priest resident there. And at Asia Christian Health Center, we have a priest resident there. And then there are 4 of us being supervised by the dean who are here at the cathedral. People are self-motivated. We have a big team of dedicated people. We have a big team of dedicated lay readers. We have a big team of dedicated Christian leaders who are under the leadership of our head of laity, Mrs. Grace Mary Mutagaywa, who is doing a great job with Julius Basandara Muhanuzi, our treasurer. We have our zone leaders, we have our wardens, the choirs, the choir leaders, and we have the institutions around. On the hill, we also pride in the presence of the Diocesan Training Center under the leadership of Reverend Canon Gad Tibesigwa Kankwasa. Although it is a diocesan program, but we at the cathedral are part of the beneficiaries, a big part of the beneficiaries, because every month, at least one Sunday, the students come and lead worship and participate in ministry here.
The Bible gave amwe bichweka bingaha tubiyeta tuta habamwe bitabo bingaha omundagane nkuru habamu bingaha ekando mumpyaka habwaki abandi muzitayisuire ira no muraba mutahanikire baitu kwenda muzikwate ekitabu ekisembayo omundagane empyaka bakiyeta bati osukurwa ekande ekisembayo mu nkuru maraki ekande ekibanzo mu mpyaka mumatayo ati nkujja kubakaguza akakaru nkwenda munanukisa abantu abali hano ngo Bayibuli mugimanyire ne mugamba amabara ag'ebitabo bya Bayibuli mutandike okubanza okuruga eby'abaleevi okubara eby'ebiragiro Yosuwa eby'abatume emisango Rusi Samwire ey'okwanza Samwire ey'ababiri eby'abakame ey'okwanza eby'abakame ey'ababiri eby'omusinge ey'okwanza eby'omusinge ey'akabiri Ezera
mwebale muno babongere engalo. Abarugonzebwa abana ba Ruhanga, kino nikyo twikaire nitukora kandi kino nikyo kihikire kandi nikyo kikuletera Ruhanga ekitiinisa kandi kino kali kapati akakiweka kamu hakwegesa kwekanisa kwegesa abantu enyikiriza nedini yabo.
We also are very grateful to God for children's ministry, a thing that no one should miss. At Grace House, our brother Thad Cox, Sister Mary, Dorcas, Caroline, and all the other volunteers there, our children who grew through this ministry, are now undertaking to bring up children. And when we see these children come around to sing praises to Jesus, to read the word together, and learn how to grow into responsible citizens of this country, we are so indebted to God that we could see this young generation which will take over from us when we retire. Some of you may know, or others may not know, that at the age of 65, a priest retires from active ministry. Like now, Bishop Nathan is retiring, and many others will retire. So we need to raise the young people to take over this ministry and take it forward. And we also pride in institutions here. We have Duhaga Secondary School just on the same compound with us, led by Paul Tale. We have Duhaga Boys Primary School right on the courtyard, led by Fred Musinguzi and a team of teachers there. We have the Nile Vocational Institute, led by Mr. Charles Naba, with a dedicated team there. We have Duhaga Girls Primary School. It's a model school, led by Mr. Moses Ayebale and a dedicated team there. We have Canon Njangali Girls High School, our very own school, led by Mrs. Beatrice Baguma and the dedicated team there. So with all these institutions here on the hill, it gives us warmth, great warmth, that we are part of leadership development, which is a second part of our objective. And we also have been engaged very heavily in mission. We took part in the Hoima for Jesus mission, where hundreds of missionaries were in this town, and over 5,000 people came to the Lord. By the grace of God, I was given the opportunity to be the lead organizer with a team of very dedicated young people, and it was all joy to see people come to the Lord, and up till this day, and for many more years, we will continue to see the people who gave their lives to Jesus in this mission.
Ruhanga kasiteka omuhoima town okugikora n'okugirimu eno niyo edeni yaitu nakatale kano Ruhanga katwaire kukakora n'okukalimu hati kaliyo nikazoka kurungi nikamulinkana kakuzoka kurungi kyonka hanyuma y'emyaka 2 hanyuma y'emyaka 3 karaba nikazoka ngo kakuzoka kati akatale kano kateirwemo bwije kukarorera no kukalinda nuko mukarorera no kukalinda tuyihe mu livelihood tuyihe mu ebirungi tuyihe mu kwizi z'abana ekizibu ekitwine Africa ebintu twende ebirungi kyoka twenda kubyekolera kandi babitukolera titubirinda ko kukisemerire kino ja kirora omumaju agetukumbe kaitwe ito agaitwa bwaito bantu baingi batandika amaju obagakora akatandika gibyama mutagimara hali yagarukire kutera plaster ne hao ekyolone atekamu akakutiya niko na kingiriza hamuli yango ekichumbiro tagaruliza.
He has done a lot to develop our diocese because the way he met our diocese is not the way he's living it, and he has developed it by aiding the construction of so many churches, sponsoring during his time. It is when we have got some more degree holders during his regime. I personally is the one who educated me up to a degree level, and I appreciate that.
I want to wish Bishop Nathan Kyamanywa a very, very wonderful retirement. And another thing which I want to thank God for, we have had very many problems when they are nominating bishops and whatever, but during his time, when he is retiring, we had a very successful nominations and elections. We are very wonderful. This coming bishop, I believe he will be very successful, because it is said you will never be a successful man unless you have a successful successor.
Omuntu atandika kuba muntu amahula abiro kugakaterana ogwo atandikire kuba ki embibo y'omusayija bwe katerana na yuli y'omukazi ogwo hati abafokere ki muntu kakuba haba ekibayireho. We have lost a human being. Rundi nderugiremu rundi bagihiremu buyamu ekikagibayireho kyo. So nkusima abatekerize ba designinga program wenu kuranga omuntu tomufuireho kutandiko gwa kazayiru omufuireho kutandiko gwa tondekere nkaha munda kandi na Bible kibaza omuyeremiya surebo olukara rwa kana ruhanga kugambira ki Yeremiya agamba ati, the Lord said to me, I chose you before I gave you life. And before you were born, I selected you to be a prophet to the nations. Nkakumanya otakatondekerwe. Kandi bokabo kyalo munda nkakukoma. Bintu binga akamumanya atakabaye koraki. Kutonde namberola oli idea ya ruhanga otakatondekerwe okabolo mbwongo bwoha bwa ruhanga. Kandi bwatondekerwa omuntu yakukoma yagamba nyanga byaki oli baderevu no kyali nka omunda ruhanga. So this is a recognition of God's work which he does even before we are in the wombs of our mothers. Muleke kwetekereza nka accident no omaiso garwanga kusa omuntu ala accident. Itwena we are planned by God. Therefore ati ruhanga baraba ya kumanyira olo mundu ati naitwe nke kanisa naitwe nka compassion tukusemera omwana kumurolera nakyali nka omunda kandi na scientific research ekukigumi kino kigambiraga abantu tiruli rwanju tikuli kuhemura kyonka kigambiraga abantu nti orawe ina mukazi wawe ayinenda iyo musayija iwali hano kyo mugisa mu bya ba beneficiaries abasayija haro babiri bo Uraina mukazi wawe ainenda. Leka kulinda bwali kazarwa nibwo gulaka bande. Tandika keya y'omwana nakyalinka. Ota kwata handa ya mukazi wawe ainenda sabe sana. Iwe niwe nyakatagara weka yawe sabe saro gambe Ruhanga nkusima abo mwana wo kutondeka omunda ya mukazi wange muno. Kandi omwana ono nyowe ise. Omutondeka akula ali muntu mulungi. Omwana ono nindangira abe muntu akutina. Atali bamusuma. Atali bamwenzi. Ninyanga mani gona gumubiha mwana ono. Omukono kuteire nkaha. Kandi nanyo bakazi muleka basajja bakwate babasabire sana.
In all this, we really do not take the credit. First of all, like Bishop Nathan has said it again and again, to God be the glory. But we also know that the glory of God is manifested where God has planted his own. And in this case, we are very, very grateful and are indebted to Bishop Nathan and Mama Peace, who have been our great team leaders. And most of these achievements we have mentioned about, if not all, have been during the 14 years of Episcopal ministry of Bishop Nathan and Mama Peace. And I personally wish them a very, very, very fruitful retirement, and also show our appreciation for the incoming bishop, and we wish him blessings, and we also pledge as a priest. And personally, I will work with him to the glory of